We're here at the start of the Scarlet Enclave, and I'm going in to spawn Balnazzar, as we always do. This is week 5, and I'm pretty excited because just yesterday we learned that Blizzard is putting more loot drops in Scarlet Enclave. They made it so the first boss after Balnazzar that you kill, which is normally Beatrix, will drop a Jostled Chalice Fragment, and that is lootable by everyone in the raid. So if you do the raid, you're going to get a Jostled Chalice Fragment if you kill any boss beyond Balnazzar. And if you, join a run late that's already in progress, and you kill Council as your first boss, that'll also give you a Jostled Chalice Fragment. So that's pretty cool. That's a loot that everyone in the raid gets. So you go to a Scarlet Enclave, you're always going to get something, which I think is really good. That's one change they made. They also made it so Lillian Voss will now drop a single complete Crusader's Chalice. So now Council, Caldoran, and Lillian drop a Crusader's Chalice. It was only the two of them before that dropped the Chalice. And then finally they said Caldoran will drop one additional non-tier item. So definitely some increased rewards. I'm most excited about the Chalice Fragment that's dropping, that's lootable by everyone in the raid. I think that's a very good change. I think it's a change that should have come much earlier, but it's here now. So there's what it is. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'll put a link to the blue post describing those changes in the video description. And also, the video description will have timestamps to every single boss we pull and every single time we get some loot off of those bosses, as always with all the videos. Let's go over the gear and talents I'm using for this run. This is my most unlucky character that has gotten almost nothing out of Scarlet Enclave in 4 weeks. Cowl of the Covenant is the only raid drop item I've gotten. So we're still working with mostly Nax Ramus gear here. So we have Cowl of the Covenant, Kagi's Clasp, Bone Scythe, 5 pieces. We'll go up to 6 pieces for the first boss, and then back to 5 for the rest of it. The Filcher's Cowl I'm just using to sneak around with right now. We'll be using Cloak of Veiled Shadows with Agility enchant for most of the raid. Bone Scythe Breastplate, Bone Scythe Bracer, Gravedigger's Gloves from Karazhan, Bone Scythe Waist Guard. Then we have 2 pieces Death Dealer to get the Saber Slash damage. This character will be playing a Saber Slash build. So Death Dealer, Bone Scythe Ring, Veiled Shadows, that'll be the 3rd piece, the Cloak, the Ring, and the Dagger. We got in the main hand, the Hungering Cold, Dark Rider's Spine over there. Then we got Slayer's Crest, and our other trinket is going to be Venomous Totem. I have the Twisting Nether equipped right now just for the sneaking. In case someone finds me and kills me, this gives me an automatic res to keep me a little more safe. So we can put that back now because we're pretty much done with the sneaking. Balnazzar is spawned and he has executed all of the trash mobs, so the raid group does not need to bother with fighting any of them. So that's great. The talents are standard for Saber Slash, that's 30 points in Assassination, 21 points in Combat. We did add Murder to the build, took points out of Lethality to go over to Murder, because we're in Scarlet Enclave now. That's compared to, the Nax Ramus build that didn't take Murder. But almost every boss in here is murderable, so it's a good talent to take. Right. If you're watching on YouTube, we'll just skip right ahead from here on to the Balnazzar pull. Wait, after I cover the soft reserves for the week, we got 3 soft reserves. We're going for 1 on Queen's Fall, 1 on Regicide, and 1 on the Didgeridoo from the Beast boss. That's the trinket. I think I'll go with, whatever weapon I get first. If we get Queen's Fall, we'll go into a Queen's Fall build, like a Backstab or a Mutilate or whatever. If we get Regicide first, we'll be happy with that, and we'll go for a big Saber Slash build with the Regicide. All right, here we are. It's the pull timer. We're going Demon Slayer activated. There we go. Not gonna try to go chase that thing. Last time I tried to chase one of those things, I just got, it just got pulled away from the boss and I couldn't cleave it anyways, and I lost damage time on the boss. So we're just not gonna fuck with that except for kicking it right there, because I could do that pretty easily. Okay, pretty good. Now maybe we get a cleave opportunity on the ads. Kick that. We didn't use our Blade Flurry or Venomous Totem on the boss. Poison Knife boss. There's no ads up. I wonder if the spawn rate of these ads got decreased. It feels like in the first weeks, like we were getting overwhelmed by these guys. But now, not so much. I don't know if it's maybe just the raid DPS increased a lot. That certainly happened, but... I don't know if that fully accounts for how much less of these enemies I'm facing. Feared? Not feared? Oh, I can't activate this trinket while I'm silenced. That's why it's not going off. Okay, can I... There we go, got it. We went in the light to remove the silence, got the trinket activated, now we can move out again. There we go. Balnazzar down. I hate that, like, a handful of trinkets in the game require you to, you know, care if you're silenced. And then the vast majority do not care if you're silenced. What do we do for boss damage? We did 534,000. Yeah, range DPS can do a lot more because they get to hit it during the ad phase, but I think we were by far the highest melee damage dealer on the boss damage. Zugzug says, expose armor, backstab Saber / doesn't need to PK macrosop if we have Sebaceous on offhand. I don't know, you could do it or not. Like, you could apply a different poison and then with a macro swap and then switch back to, I don't know, like does it need to? No. Could it benefit from it? Maybe, I don't know. That seems like a very specific situation. I don't really know. You can do what you want. Okay. Where's my glove? Where's my glove? Did I not bring the glove? Okay, I just couldn't find it in my inventory. I've got it. Alright. What's the loot? Oh, shit! The bindings! I was looking at the... Bindings weren't even reserved by anyone. I was distracted with trying to get the gnome freed so people could get the doubloon. I didn't see that the bindings were rolling out and there was actually no reserves on them. Leggings of Catastrophe? Okay, let's not miss that one. Is it okay if I roll on those bindings? I was focused on getting the gnome out. I didn't realize they were available to roll on. There we go. Okay, they said they're restarting the loot distribution. High roll had SR. Wait. But there were no... This says there was no SRs. Alright, whatever. Alright, they're saying they had the wrong soft reserves imported, so they had to re-import them. Alright. Wait, we got a double 86 on this leggings of catastrophe. $88. $31. Okay. Alright. Leggings of catastrophe. Okay, we'll switch stuff around, get those involved in what we're doing. Alright, we're a little behind because we were looking at the loot, and then we were distracted with the loot, and we were trying to free the gnome and find the lockpicking gloves, and everyone else just moved ahead. I don't even remember, or I didn't even look at which ones were empowered this week. I don't think having some add-on gargle, you guys tell me, oh, get this you guys always tell me this. You say, get this add-on to solve this minor inconvenience you had. I don't want 1,000 different add-ons doing 1,000 different things. The problem was I was distracted. Not that, like, I needed another add-on to make a bigger pop-up window or something and be annoyed by more stupid pop-ups. Only add-on I need is Peggle. Good. I mean, we were just having a problem before we started this raid with bigwigs. I was trying to... One, it was putting giant annoying messages in the middle of my screen saying, you have to update the add-on, which was very annoying. It's getting, like, advertised to in the middle of my video game. Then I was like, you know, whatever, raid's about to start, I don't really have time to, you know, find an alternative or something. Then I tried to disable a bunch of the random pop-ups that Bigwigs was going to give me, and then I found that the add-on wasn't allowing me to disable some of these pop-ups, like, for boss alerts that I didn't care about. And, like, I'm now convinced that, like, after this raid, or, you know, after stream today, I'm just gonna go find some other add-on and uninstall Bigwigs, because I'm just so sick of having add-ons giving me pop-ups that tell me this and tell me that and blast this message in the front of my screen. There's, like, very little that I need to have happening, like, add-on-wise. I just hate having add-ons, generally. They're a pain to maintain, and I prefer to have as few add-ons as possible. What's happening? Maintaining add-ons is fun. I'm about to ban you for that comment. When one doesn't work precisely how you'd like, it's a mini puzzle game to solve. No, that's annoying. Let's just move past this. Let's just move past it. Add-ons are fucking annoying. I hate it when you guys tell me to install add-ons, because I hate add-ons. And let's just play the game and get some loot. that. Which ads are empowered this week? I don't even know. I was distracted with trying to free the gnome, and then they were doing some loot, and then they were already pulling some trash mobs, and we moved past that. All right, one more mini boss. We've so far lived through the trash mobs, so that's good. That thing's engaged, okay. All right, mini boss. Focus the mini boss. Stay out of the whirlwind indicators. That's dead. Is the Calad boulder in the water? Nah. It was in the water in my last group, so I don't know all the different Calad boulder locations. I don't care about the different Calad boulder locations. Rogue can't use Calad boulder, but I don't know. I knew about that one, so I wanted to check it, see if it was there. Okay. Beatrix time. So I think there was a change to the soft reserves, like, compared to when I last did it. How many chalices? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 reserves on chalice. Queen's Fall, 2. Ready check, yes. Food buff acquired. Anything we need to change for this boss? I don't think so. I think we're good. Yeah. All this is good. We hold the cooldowns until Beatrix comes out. We have Cannon Mistress Lind, Shield Warden Stein, Bowmaster Puck, and Knight Captain Fratley enabled.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So, Saber Slash is a build that is, like, notoriously bad at trash damage. It's all about, like, building up that Saber Slash and doing good damage once you've stacked 3 Saber Slashes on a target. And when things live for a very short amount of time, you know, you spend most of that time building up and very little of that time actually doing your full damage potential. And it works much better on longer-lived enemies. Ice blocked. Cavalry. So we'll do a Vanish and a Blood Fury and a Slayer's Crest. So we have the 2 attack power buffs and the 10% Master of Subtlety buff active for when Beatrix comes out in about 30 seconds. Bowmaster. Interrupt that. Should be soon. Stage 2 soon. Sprinting. Ooh, charge. Don't like that. Still had a little bit of sprint juice left, so I could keep up with it. Gotta get my Thistle Tea used here. Go. Infantry waves again. We can just stand still here. You don't have to avoid those, really. They don't do that much. Run away, run away, run away. Chase. There it is. Okay, the Beatrix loot. Let's see. A Jostled Chalice Fragment. And look, everyone is looting that. One for everyone. Consecrated Belt. Monastery Garb. Enclave Protectors. Consecrated Waist Guard. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Look at this. Repair Chalice. We now have 2 Chalice. Three people reserved on the belt. So pretty cool. If they do a like 5-minute break, we can bounce out and get our 2-piece Duskwraith activated. They're saying waiting until they get to the cathedral section before they take a 5-minute break to get gear. Oh, shit. Thing is, almost always when you break from the raid, you take more time than anticipated because someone doesn't come back on time, someone forgets this, someone that, and it really, like, the raid kind of loses focus, and it's hard to regain that focus. 5-minute break equals 15-minute break, exactly. The golden circle's healing me? Not anymore, it's not. Good to know, though. Dude, I was late by like 30 seconds, and I was running. I was going as fast as I could. And I had stuff, like, prepared ahead of time. And I was still, it took me like 5 minutes, 30 seconds. This assignment, I assume I'm going tank build to solo one of the boats today, as usual. Yeah, right on. All right. It's boat duty. Oh, hell yeah. Good work soloing a car. Let's see. We want this. And then I have a shoulder with Phantom on it. And then I don't think I have any other tricks here. I could do the Stealth Cloak. Yeah, we'll do the Stealth Cloak. Okay. Fun part, most fun part of the raid, boat. Boat running. We will perpetually and forever parse 0 on this boss, and I don't care. When you're on boat duty, you do not spend a lot of time DPSing the boss, let me tell you what. So if I had a Fetish of the Sandreaver trinket, I would definitely use it here. I think that's a good trinket, gives you another good defensive button to help you avoid the, you know, mobs on the boat. But we're getting pretty good at boat duty, so. Oh shit, this is the big boy here. When this guy dies, the boss spawns. Yeah, so I think the biggest thing you can do, which is also easy to access, is Phantom on your shoulder. So you have a 1-minute cooldown of Vanish. And then you can have Filters and Displacement boots, but I don't have Displacement on this character. So then what you do is you like launch and then you just like pre-vanish and you sit down there in stealth waiting for the cannonball to spawn. And it helps you be much faster. So I also need Purification Potion and Limited Invulnerability Potion on my bar. Purification is for in case I get the Drowning Curse. When I'm already on the boat, I'll need that. Lip is like if I get too many ads on me, I can do 6 seconds of immunity. Oh, and I should do my DPS belt, because the DPS belt has the nitro boosts on it. If you have a speed boost, it applies the cannon firing speed. Oh, well, I launch myself on the cannon much earlier than, like, it actually goes into the shield mode. They were asking me about something, but I don't think it was important. So I don't need to increase my speed while I'm being launched in the cannon, 4, I think.
3, 2.
So here, the combination of Main Gauche and Sinister Strike allows me to stack rolling with the punches without actually being hit by the boss. So that ups my health. Makes me a bit tougher. It's about time to launch. And we pre-vanish. And we're in here, and it can spawn in multiple places. So we sit here and we wait for the shield announcement. Oh, I can target the cannon preemptively. Oh, look at this. Spawned right here. Loot the cannonball. Jump. Launch from down below. And we just walk out. So I use my interact with target keybind, which I put on F5. I just jump and spam that key on my keyboard. Alright, we're just gonna walk back onto the boat because it's close. We don't need to. You don't have to use the cannon to launch onto the boat. We're pre-vanishing. We're in position. Where's the cannonball this time? I got the ad on me. It's here. Launched it already. Walking out. Good. Oh, that's the cannoneer. I was trying to get on the boss. Okay, next cannon phase is at 25% boss health. So we just hit a little bit, get those rolling with the punches, stacks up again. We'll hold our blade dance so we have full duration of the blade dance. There we go. Re-vanishing. Ooh, shield activated before I got into the belly of the ship. And it spawned in the same place every time. There. Launched. Didn't really need a lot of cooldowns other than the vanish here. Sprint because I was just a little bit behind, but if I went earlier, I wouldn't have even needed the sprint. Oh, shit, I'm, drowning curse? Maybe, okay, it got removed. Okay, we're good. Alright, and that's all the ship stuff we have to do. Now we just kill the boss, collect the loot. See what's here. What do we want to see on this guy? Drape of the Dastardly. We want to see Mason's Ring. The Cannon Trinket would be fun. What's my soft reserves? We got one on Queensfall, one on Regicide, and one on the Didgeridoo. So no soft reserves on this boss, but, you know, some of his loot might be available anyways. You know, if no one else soft reserved it. Alright, what do we got? Flag of the Broken Admiral. Great Staff of Fealty. Hand guards and gloves. Let's see, were the gloves reserved by anyone? Yes, gloves were reserved. Okay, so we don't get to roll on any of that stuff. Not much of it was any good anyways. Alright, we go back to our damage dealer build. And our damage dealer gear. Misfit is asking about, in Classic Era, do Kiss of the Spider, Blade Flurry, and Slice and Dice all stack? Yes, they do. Zadie, hello, good morning. Good afternoon. Caught us right at the start of this Scarlet Enclave. Well, kind of the start, with 3 bosses out of 8. Zugzug says, I died with Cannonball in my raid last night, but a druid came and battle-rezzed me, and you recovered. Oh, man, that's crazy. I've died with Cannonball 1 time, and it was like a immediate wipe. It was over. They did not recover it successfully. Okay, lots of mobs here. We can do a little Blade Flurry. Ooh, blue circle? Go away from the blue circles. Don't do that. Ooh. Yellow circle, apparently good, but orange circle, not good. Things. I'm trying to put some Crimson Tempest and some AoEs up, but these things are just all over the place. Alright, Solistrasza is coming up next. Dragon boss. Do you think Scarlet Enclave with time gets same treatment as Naxxramas as a great endgame raid? I don't think you ever do something like Naxxramas. Naxxramas is like a 20-year-old raid, almost. No one's gonna think of Scarlet Enclave the same way they think of Naxxramas, just because it doesn't have 20 years of history. I think Scarlet Enclave, like, really missed the mark, because it came out in a state that was way, way, way too difficult for average Season of Discovery players. And even if they've now nerfed it to a point where maybe it's okay, it had a really bad initial reception due to that difficulty. People quit because of that difficulty, and they're not coming back now that it's nerfed. You know, I think Blizzard really, like, it messed up with this raid. Hunter Pet going back there. We got ads in back, pulled by Hunter Pet. Alright, let's get a food buff. Then we can be ready for Solistrasza. Somehow we're still alive and we still have our 25 agility ground Scorpok assay buff. I'm liking that. This is going to be the 4th boss we pull, and I still have it. What are they doing? Are they going back over here? To initiate the pull, I guess. Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, shit. Into the air. Saves the Saber Slash stack. That's good. It is not on me. I believe that circle thing targets the player closest to the boss. So if you stay far away, you can avoid it hitting you most of the time. Or being selected by it. Thistle-T. No! Thistle-T used it the exact wrong time. Right as it went into the air. Saved my Saber Slash stack. It's important you save the same instance of the debuff, because the debuff you put on at the start is powered up with your Master of Subtlety and powered up with your Slayer's Crest and your Blood Fury. If it ever drops off and you have to reapply it, and you don't have those buffs again to apply it, you get a weaker damage over time. That's why I keep talking about saving the stack whenever I'm off of the boss, and like I go back to it really quickly and press the Saber Slash again. That guy, no, wrong direction. This thing. Okay. Go, good. Ooh, well, who's this on? It's not on me. Can't quite. Fuck. Sprinting. I don't know if that was the right call to make that sprint there. I lost a lot of damage time right at the end, but I didn't feel like staying there was good either. But then I guess this side didn't look good, you know. It was two choices between two bad options, I guess, so I shouldn't have taken the downtime. Alright, so I'd assume the helmet was reserved by someone else. Consecrated headpiece, and we won't be able to roll on it, is what I was meaning. Circlet, reserved by two different people. Yep. Should a raid's first Queen's Fall go to backstab or mutilate? Should go to anyone that's not a tank rogue. Well, any rogue that's not a tank rogue. I wouldn't worry about trying to prioritize it from like this type of DPSer to that type of DPSer. Rogue build, I mean, within rogues. All the other classes, they get Ashbringer. All the other classes that use Queen's Fall, they get Ashbringer, okay? Fuck them. Warriors and Hunters taking Queen's Fall, very cringe. Oh, shit. Take that. This boss is probably going to screw me over. This boss is not great. Because we're going to run back and forth and we're just going to constantly drop the Saber slash stack is probably what's going to happen. Alright, let's see what they want to do.
Do we need some range to stay in
Turn them down a
melee
little
range again?
That's a good question. Let's do some maths here. So let's do... Group 2. Let's start on X. And then, oh yeah, we have a lot of, yeah, we definitely are going to have a bunch of range that need to sit in.
Alright, put me in risk. We did it last week.
Yep, perfect. You guys want to do Skull?
So the normal strategy they do is they have all the melees handle all the mechanics and suffer a significant amount of downtime, and the range DPS stand still and do 0 mechanics and do 100% uptime. And it works, it's just lame for the melee damage dealers. So what we do is we go on bear, we wait till we get 1 debuff from the bear, then we wait about 10 seconds after that, then we run to the human, wait till we get 1 debuff on the human, wait till about 10 seconds after that, then we go back to the bear, and we go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And we do very little damage because we have very little uptime on the targets, but someone has to soak those debuffs. Alright, they're still explaining a little bit of the strategy, but I think they're about ready to go here. We can do nature protection and fire protection here. Nature. If I started trying to do those earlier, I could have popped both of them. But It's not a big deal. This guy's not too hard, I would say. What's up, brother? How's your morning going? Pretty well. We're at our first boss with one of our soft reserves on it. We're soft reserved on the didgeridoo trinket off of this boss. I'd be pretty excited if we got that. That'd be fun. What if healers just healed? If you get... So, the way the debuffs work is each boss has its own debuff. And every time it puts the debuff out, it does the 5 closest people. And it stacks. And the stacks do a, like, non-linear increase in damage dealt. So, like, 2 people with 1 stack each is less total damage than 1 person with 2 stacks. So if you have the same person just stacking from 1 to 2 to 3, your raid starts taking a really, really high amount of damage. So you have to, well, you want to spread them around.
2, 1.
Oh, it's over. Range DPS. Not used to doing any mechanics on this boss, the range DPS. Not used to doing any mechanics here. Alright, we gotta leave, go to the other guy. That's what you get week after week of having the range DPS do nothing. One wild aperture goes the wrong direction, they're all fucking dead. Can I make that jump? Nice. Would have been real awkward if I died to that aperture after making fun of everyone else for dying to aperture. Ooh, stomp. I need to get out. I need to not have another stack of this. Okay, there we go. We go over here, do a little blade flurry. Hit him. Trying to make sure I take this stack. He hasn't put it out yet, I think. There it is. Got a stack of it. Go. Yeah. Oh, shit. Okay. Jumping that fence. I'm not an expert fence jumper, unfortunately. Oh, shit, I need to... Oh, shit. I didn't move early enough. So now I have 2 stacks of the nature. Now I'm gonna get rooted by this, and then after the root goes away, we leave and go back to the bear. Alright, right between those two. Ooh, there's an aperture. Let's not die to the aperture. Ooh, I ended up with a second stack of the fire debuff. Drink fire potion. Nice. Going out. Run out for this. Between the 2 traps. Don't hit them. Already have a nature debuff, but that's okay. Our job here is to soak debuffs. Back this way. Just staying here, burning boss. There we go. Okay, any didgeridoos? Sunblessed Leathers, Choke Chain, Sabatons, Consecrate. No didgeridoo. Unlucky. Decent tank neck. Decent Sunblessed Leathers for sure. We'll off-spec roll the Sunblessed Leathers. Probably our main spec needers, though. Ooh, am I winning it off-spec with a... Oh, never mind. A 22 is winning the off-spec roll. Oh, never mind. He passed it to me anyways. Okay. Okay, we got Sunblessed Leathers. Okay. That's a, like, super Omega Giga tank item. We just got it on an off-spec roll. Let's go. Are we doing the break to turn in tier now? Or yes or no? Okay, our thing. Alright, they're doing the break. I want to think about which pieces I want to take. I think I want to take shoulder, and I want to take glove, because it interferes with the fewest number of other sets that I'm running. So we need a shoulder and glove token from the bank, or tier piece from the bank. Glove, shoulder. So I won't be able to get the glove enchanted right away. That'll be lame, but the rest will be good. And we'll do a lot more damage. I have all the enchants ready to go for the shoulder piece. Here. There. We could deaths it. So I think what we're going to run is 2 Duskwraith, 2 Death Dealer, and 4 Bone Scythe. And we'd have to get rid of Cowl of the Covenant, I believe, to make that happen. We drop this and this. Wait. Oh, no, we can still run Cowl of the Covenant with that setup, because we have the Bone Scythe tier piece in the ring slot. Yeah, okay, that's nice. Let me equip my Scarlet Disguise. Oh, shit, something's hitting me. Oh, it's a Paladin. Dumb bitch. Oh, they're probably gonna try to kill me too. Wait, maybe not. God, playing on a PvP server was definitely a mistake. I do not enjoy random people wasting my time. We're gonna make it in here, though. Oh, I didn't get the... Oh, shit. Okay, I screwed something up. Because of the Alliance presence, I didn't stop and actually activate the disguise. So now I'm in here. The Alliance can't mess with me, but I don't have the disguise on. So we've dropped combat. We just need to wait that debuff out. Then we can activate the disguise. I keep trying to get the Fetish of the Sand Reaver, but like, it's a challenging item to get, because other people want it too, and you know, it doesn't drop every week. There we go. Activated. Alright, so it's shoulder and glove is what I decided. And we'll activate 2-piece. Duskwraith Pauldron's DPS set. Yes, please. Duskwraith Gauntlets DPS set. Yes, please. Do I have a poison in my inventory that is not, like a wound poison? I don't think I prepared that. They have 60 seconds left on the pull timer. We're going to not be able to do that in time then. We just go right back to the raid. Alright. Twisting Nether and PvP Trinket. And try to make our way out of here. See if I can make this jump without getting dismounted. Nope. Ooh, but I didn't get in combat down here. Oh, duh, because I have the disguise active. Of course, though, don't get me in combat. Alright, we're not going out the front gate, because that's prime location for campers. We go out this way. Alright, we're outside now. Let's see. Duskwraith. Duskwraith. 2-piece. This goes back to Bone Scythe. And this goes back to Bone Scythe. And then we have 4 Bone Scythe, 2 Death... Wait. 2 Death Dealer. 2 Duskwraith, and Cowl of the Covenant all together. Nice. Alright. Might of the Scourge goes over there. Butcher goes up there. Saber slash goes here. Alright, so if I was a little more prepared for this, what I would do is I would have a second weapon with, like, wound poison on it, and I would poison knife weapon swap to apply that. With this Duskwraith bonus, actually, let me ask Beatrix in the raid. Oh, he's offline. Beatrix, are you in a town right now? I see you're offline. Can you grab a couple wound poison? Or, yeah, wound poison would be good, thank you. So, this is the stupid thing with this set bonus. You have to get 3 different bleed or poison effects active before you cast your first Saber Slash if you want the Saber Slash damage over time to get the full 60% bonus. And we have a very peculiar way of doing that, or like different builds will do it in different ways. But the way we're going to do that is with a Saber Slash build with Deadly Brew Rune. The way we're gonna achieve that. What the hell just happened? I just clicked save. Oh, I got in combat? Why am I in combat? What are mats for wound? Oh, okay. Getting asked. All right, let's try that macro again. Not King's Fall. That's what my other rogue was using. We got Dagger of Veiled Shadows. So this is a Poison Knife macro that will cast Poison Knife with my currently equipped weapon and then equip Dagger of Veiled Shadows after that. The point is that I am going to equip some other bullshit, like, I don't know, Claw of the Frostworm, that'd be cool. Put Wound Poison on this, then I'm going to Poison Knife, which will give a guaranteed application of Wound Poison. Because I applied Wound Poison, my Deadly Brew rune says whenever you trigger any other poison, it also triggers Occult Poison. So that Poison Knife activation will get me both Wound Poison and Occult Poison on the target, and it'll get me a combo point. And it will equip my regular weapon that I want to be using. So we'll go Poison Knife, which also swaps to the regular weapon, then Crimson Tempest, and then I'll have Poison, Poison, Bleed, and then Saber Slash as the third global. That's the plan. It's a bit obnoxious. We can make a weapon swap macro, too. Show tooltip 17, equip slot 17, Claw the Frostworm, equip slot 17, Dagger of Veiled Shadows, we can put that on the action bar. Right, so then you can see the icon changes based on which weapon I have equipped. Then we go back to the trinkets we're used to using. Did I screw anything else up? Butcher, Duskwraith. I'd say we're good now. So I think some of the people are trying to get Calad Boulder. I would have got my own poison if I knew it was going to be a 10-minute break, but it seems like it's a... I thought it was going to be a 5-minute break, so I was like, I ain't got time for that. And I made it back to the raid. This time, I'm not the last one back. But a lot of people just went and activated set bonuses. Like, this bonus we just got probably added at least 1,500, maybe 2,000 DPS. The 2-piece bonus for Rogue is exceptionally strong. It's really, really a big deal for Rogue. It matters so much. And a bunch of other people had set bonuses, so they elected to take a little break from the raid to let people turn those in, power up, so we can have a smooth time going through the remaining bosses. But you're saying I freed the gnome for nothing? Look, I'm just gonna go back and loot the doubloon myself. I mean... Yeah, I bought these 8 gold gloves. Actually, never mind, I crafted them myself. That I could have sold for 8 gold. They did not manage to locate the doubloon yet. They got distracted trying to get the Calad Boulder. So in that whole time, they also didn't even get the Calad Boulder or the doubloon. Everyone is now very negative about the whole decision to have taken a break to like turn stuff in. They're being like, we would have killed Council by now. Let's see, Honey Badger. Giants. Fortitude. Sharpened Stone. Where's Varix? Oh, he's on his warrior. Oh, I see. Varix the Rogue switched to Varix the Warrior, and I think Varix the Warrior is trying to get that Khaled Boulder. I think. I'm not really sure what the Khaled Boulder situation is. Hang on, let me message him. Alright, we gotta go find Varix because he has our poison materials. This is, I feel like I haven't been with Goonies for very long. I haven't been raiding with them. My experience so far is that it's great, and this feels like a classic Goonies moment, where the 5-minute break turns into a 15-minute break. Let's see about this Khaled Boulder situation. Yeah, I unlocked the gnome at the start. I'm pretty sure. An ancient blade rests steadily in a prison of stone. It's impossible to tell how long it's been there, who put it there, or why. You could attempt to retrieve the sword. You require only the strength to wrest it free. Alright, they're saying do Khaled Boulder after the raid. Oh, shit. A lot of trash mobs just got aggroed and pulled into the castle where the Khaled Boulder is. I feel like I don't want to be involved in this situation. I'm going back. This is, yeah, they're, uh-huh. I'm going back to the cathedral. Like a true, yeah, I mean, it's just rogue RP, okay? Another classic Goonies moment. All right, we're back on track, supposedly. They're ignoring the Khaled Boulder and the doubloon for now. And we're progressing with the raid again. "17 minutes since last boss." Okay, so they killed Beastmaster, and then they said 5-minute break. And it is now 17 minutes later. Alright, I hope we get Doan duty. Chasing Doan around is way less stressful than having to kick for Vishas. Did the Goonies kill Caldoran? Yeah, they did in the main guild group. This is the, like, partial guild, partial pug group, which got 7 out of 8 last week, but did not kill Caldoran. Alright. Let's hit the oh, I didn't craft the poisons yet. Oh, shit, the ice... Okay, we'll worry about the poison weapon swap thing a little later. Need to not get killed by the ice bomb. Need to go on this guy. Kidney shot is out. Cheap shot. We got high diminishing returns. We might not be able to stun him anymore. Okay. Okay, let's open our poison menu. Let's get those poisons crafted. Alright, so then we put the wound poison on the claw is what we were gonna do. Yeah, claw. So now we weapon swap, and then watch this. Boom, 2 different poisons, Crimson Tempest, and Saber Slash. Just practicing it. It, like, doesn't really matter for the trash mobs, but I want to practice the sequence, because then I'm going to do it on bosses. Weapon swap into the claw. Poison Knife. Crimson Tempest. That's actually feels pretty smooth. Getting 3 poison debuffs up pretty easily. You at the wheel at the boat? There's no second option? Alright, I might have failed to free the gnome then. Look, sometimes you click the thing and then, you know, it's only like a 90% chance to successfully unlock it. And then you get distracted by the loot rolls and then you don't realize that you failed to unlock it. Sometimes that happens to the best of us, okay? That's, yeah, okay, so I apparently did not free the gnome at the start, they're saying. There is no... The gnome has not been freed. Oh, I don't have to maintain Crimson. That was a mistake. I saw it fading, and I was like, oh, gotta refresh it. It's fading. But Crimson is only for the opener. To snapshot the Saber Slash. Oh, half the raid's dead. Oh, and I'm not remembering to put the attack power bonuses in. Those will have to be added in when we do the boss to that opening sequence. Alright. Next, we need the Wind Striker. Focused attacks, and we need this, whatever cloak we can put Fan of Knives on, which is going to be that one. These are the 3 ingredients to make this next pull be super cool. We have also, sorry, one more element that's very important to include is evasion before you cast your first Fan of Knives. We're going to Blade Flurry Evasion, then spam Fan of Knives. Incoming. Pretty good. Put half the mobs over there so we can't AoE them? That's crazy. Separating them from the group. That's crazy. Lame. Alright, well, we did pretty good, damn. Put this back, put this back, put this back, put that on. Okay. Belay, flank.
Don't.
Yeah, I'll chase Dawn around and
You can kick those fireballs.
Great.
Don't kick down. Don't kick down.
And then we should do. Flum, do you want to be the dedicated healer for Swift? And then Hot Shocks maybe be the dedicated. Do we need a dedicated healer on any other tank?
May.
Yeah, just
do
one
roids.
one dedicated each.
Okay, Hot Shocks, you heal May. Floop, you heal Swift. We're gonna call Rogue, and so we're gonna nuke Doan. For melee, I'm gonna call a kick rotation. We're gonna do Shamans and Rogues on Vicious. I'm gonna have Insane, you be with the Rogues, and yeah, and Caper, you can help kick with Shamans and such.
You want Simon chasing Doan for a cult? Or no?
It's Varric's turn. I thought.
Do that. I'll kick with you, Varrix. Yeah, that's
Okay,
good.
great. Do that.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm working from the back of the group forward with your cooldowns. So Zug, Druid, you're going to be the first. Barkskin.
Alright, we're on Doan duty, as usual. Using Toxicologist with 3 set AQ? No, we got Butcher. 2-piece, 4-piece, 2-piece, Cowl of the Covenant. Hungry and Cold Claw with Wound Poison is our opening move. Missing anything? I don't think I'm missing anything. I think I'm good. Opt the roids. Ooh, a coalesced regret. We can drink that. +1 to all stats from this elixir. Alright, here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Got a fully powered snapshot going here. I think. I wonder if it's snapshotted with his damage reduction buff.
I'm starting to hate
Where'd it go? Don't lose the Saber. Get that. Where is he? All the way over there. Oh, this is a bad angle to go. I should not go through Herod when I try to chase. Well, I've lost my Saber stack now. That's unlucky. So we'll weapon swap. Get it up again. Okay. No dispel on the slow. Nope, no dispel on the slow. We maybe could have used a purification potion. I didn't think of that. I don't have it on my bar right now. And he's gone. Saved it, but he's almost dead anyways, so kind of a who cares moment. Okay, now weapon swap. Go over to Herod. Wait for that to end. It went in a little bit too early, but then I didn't get punished for it. It's about to whirlwind again. As soon as he does it, I want to refresh. Ooh, whirlwind soon. Refresh Saber, run out, let the whirlwind run its course. Herod lower than Vishas, so I should actually... yeah, go over here. Did not sit... oh shit. Guild secrets went out. Do we have a shadow protection? Yep. Shadow protection. I could have kicked that. I like just swapped onto Vishas. I was not like thinking about potentially doing that. He's dead. Herod 1%. Okay. This is it. This is where the Queen's Fall drops. Queen's Fall, Queen's Fall? This guy says OMG and then leaves the box. What is it? 50-50 on Queen's Fall. We've got a 50-50 on Queen's Fall. 50-50 on Queen's Fall. It's out. It's me and Varix, 50-50. It's here. Okay. Alright, alright. This is big. This is huge. Good luck. 61 versus 98 from Varix. Mushumi, get out of here, man. Not a soft reserve here. Congrats. Alright, we'll just get Regicide off of Caldoran instead. Unlucky. We had a decent roll. We had a, 61. They're saying they're not inviting more rogues. so the next Queen's Fall is probably me. Alright, we go to Lillian Voss next. Entire raid with Scorpock? What do you mean entire raid with Scorpock? Dice and dice up. I can do that. I didn't check over my tank gear on this character, but it's very easy to hit that avoidance level. Okay. I could go and look at my gear and make sure it's high enough, but if you don't want to do it, then I won't bother. Yeah, I think it's like do the boss once, and if your group fails, then like bring out the rogue. So they're talking about the strategy we used last time for Lillian boss, where we used a rogue that had full avoidance, so the boss Lillian could not hit the rogue tank with any attacks, which just made the boss totally free. But it also pissed off a lot of people, because when a rogue does that, they also generate like half as much threat as normal, because they have to remove their tanking rune to do that. So, you know, the boss becomes totally free, like the easiest thing ever. However, your damage dealers just have to sit there and throttle and hold back damage, so they get all pissy and mad. So what they're saying is the strategy that's going to be used is like, okay, damage dealers, you get one try on doing the boss right, and if we wipe a single time, we go back to the rogue strategy. Because, like, it's such a big time save. It's like, okay, your damage dealers throttle, you kill the boss 20, maybe 30 seconds slower, but you have, like, a 99.8% success rate. You know, that's good. If you're just trying to be, like, consistent with clearing the raid. Okay. Target the boss. Food buff. Then, what else do we need to do here? Double check that the poison duration, let's see. Poison, 14 minutes on the claw. Yeah, so we want to start with the claw, and then we'll switch into the other piece. All the other stuff looks good. Oh, and we needed to, this is what we needed to do. We needed to Nature Protection and Frozen Rune. I'd rather throttle than have a good free boss. No, it's like you either throttle and make the boss completely free, or you don't throttle and have a much higher failure rate. And, like, coordination requirement. Telling a DPS not to crank is like telling a healer to not heal melee on Patchwork. Yeah, dude, they just can't resist. So if we get Regicide from Caldoran, we'll just go like full-on regular Saber Slash build with this character. It's a good-ass item. So I think my plan, since I have to get the Blood Fury and Slayer's Crest activation into this sequence also, I think my plan is going to be Poison Knife, then Blood Fury, then Crimson, then Saber. And that should still all happen within the 6 seconds of Master of Subtlety. Anything good off council? Queen's Fall did drop, but I lost the 50-50 roll. Unlucky. So Varix, the other rogue, got it. But it's okay. Regicide will drop off Caldoran, and we'll just get that, and it'll be good. It'll drop for sure, you guys. It'll be okay. Oh, shit, boss pulled early. Zugdruid is dead. Okay. What's the call here? What's going on? It's not on a tank yet. Oh, the tank is not even in the room. Cool. All right. I'm just saying, if I was rogue avoidance tanking that, I would have just picked it up and we wouldn't have wiped. That's crazy. How everyone complained about the rogue avoidance strategy last week. And now they're wiping on Lillian Voss this week. That's crazy how that happens. And we lost the whole raid worth of consumables, too. Sorry, there were a lot of comms going on. In the middle of that, was there a call out for me to go to the avoidance build? Okay, just making sure. They had all 3 tanks in the hallway, and someone needed to inch closer to the boss and then pulled it, and then it didn't go very well. No, I'm saying, literally, if I was in my avoidance build, I would have just picked up the boss and it would have been fine. I was in the room. I'm the only tank. If I'm in an avoidance build, I'm the only tank that's needed. Like, literally, I think if I was avoidance build, we would have been able to kill it, even with that scuffed pull. That's what I'm saying. People, I mean, they just really furiously hate the idea of throttling DPS for 10 seconds. Let's do this one, and this one. This consumable. This consumable. Little health potion. Little fire water. Alright, we probably have to refresh Wound Poison and Elemental Sharpening Stone on the 2 weapons. Alright. Pretty easy to be in the room without pulling the boss. I don't know why everyone doesn't just idle right here, but, you know, it is what it is. Let's see. Where's the daggy? Weapon swap to the dagger. Refresh the critical strike chance. Greater Mark of the Dawn. Roids are now gone. There are no roids left. Fumigator. Just making sure we got everything going here. Okay. Food buff time, I guess. Alright, target the boss. Enter stealth. Get this food buff. We'll get going again.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I think everyone is running out, and it's only the people that get the debuff that should run out, and the other people should stay in the middle. I'm gonna lose this Saber stack. I'm gonna resist the urge to save the Saber stack, even though there's these other melee damage dealers that are staying in melee range. The movement poison. We just keep jumping. Frozen room? Got pretty low there at the end. Alright. What do we got? Chalice off of this boss, it should be now. Yeah, look at that. Chalice dropping off of this boss too. Oh! That's crazy. That's big. 1, 2, 3 reserves on experiment. Alright, it's Caldoran time. Insane says, brother, why me? Let's investigate your death. Looks like you ripped threat. Looks like threat rip, 38 seconds in. I can recommend Threat Classic 2. This is the threat meter I use. And then you'll be able to see how much threat you have and if you're close to ripping threat. I actually have it set up, you know, non-sarcastic advice. I have it set up in a way that makes it really clear for me to see what's happening. I have my name in green, the top threat name in red, and everyone else's name in gray. And it just makes it really easy to, at a glance, like, see if I'm close to the top. So I don't have to, like, look close at the threat meter or pay close attention to it. I can kind of have it in my peripheral and still have a good idea of what's happening. Let's look at the friendly fire damage on that fight also. Simonized friendly fire, unstable concoction? Did I have unstable concoction at some point? And, okay, I might have, I might have screwed up. Yep, I did. Okay. That's unfortunate. That's a little embarrassing. Reefer IMO? Yeah, well. It is what it is. Joker, thank you. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate that. We're going on to Caldoran. This is my only rogue who hasn't killed Caldoran yet. But I think we're going to get it today. We just griefed on Lillian. Yeah. That's about it. We still killed it, you know, it was okay. I'll have to look at the video and see what I was, you know, what I was doing at the time that I was supposed to be doing the other thing. Thank you. I appreciate the raid, Joker DTV. I wish I could send raids to you more often, but we're at, you know, different hours. All right. All right, what are our regicide reserves? I think it's 1 out of 3. Yeah, it's 1 out of 3 on regicide here. Queen's Fall dropped. I was a 50-50. Lost the roll. Unlucky. Didgeridoo did not drop. Regicide could be good. You were doing something important? Yeah, probably I was doing something way more important than unstable concoction. Chicken jock, what? Oh, you guys are you Minecraft fans? Is that why we're getting all these chicken jockeys in here? Joe Curd? Why are you spelling? You guys are spelling his name wrong. You're spelling him like cheese curds. Is he curdled? Do you guys even know what curdling is? Are you saying Jokered is curdled? That's just disrespectful of, like, your favorite streamer. Curdling is like when milk cringes. Yeah, basically, yes. Refresh the duration of our food buff. We can Holy Protection Potion on the action bar, so that during the Ashbringer phase, we can pop that.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, pretty good. Opener, I would say. Threat is pretty high. We may have to burn Vanish. Yeah, I'm burning Vanish to drop the threat. We have to. Blade Flurry's up. Maybe the ads will come in and we can hit him a little. Uh-oh, he's facing the wrong way. Uh-oh. Okay, we're fine. Turn away. Back to boss. Okay. Okay. Did more Crimson Tempest on the ads. Oh, Blinding Flare? Okay. Crimson Tempest up again. Saying push boss. Can do that. Gonna save the 2-minute cooldowns for the outdoor phase. So we can re-snapshot the Saber Slash with them. Not gonna burn them right now. Oh, what I could have done, I could have done the opener on that Ashburn. Even though I wasn't using the trinket cooldowns, I could have done the weapon swap into Poison, Crimson Tempest, Saber Slash sequence here. You can use Holy Protection Potion, but I forgot to do that, and I just mashed the Saber Slash button. We gotta go... I don't know which side is the back. Oh, there we go. We got it. Okay. I'm just gonna one-shot Caldoran and get on with the rest of the day, you know?
4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, they're saying they're gonna battle res after the phase transition. Like there's an ad being feared there. There's still wolves on the boss. Alright, swap into the claw that has our poison. Oh, shit. Don't get hit by those. Alright, let's see where the tank's gonna go. We position on the other side, and we position a little bit away from the boss. He's going on that side, so I want to go here. Oh, shit. My threat is a little high. I don't have a Vanish either to throttle this. I need... or to clear it. I just need to hope that it works out. Vanish up in 10 seconds. We'll definitely use it to not have to worry about threat. Pretty good, pretty good. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. We got 2-piece bonus on this rogue in the middle of this raid. Just from entirely welfare pieces. What happened? Oh, different tank. I see. That was an execution sentence. And, you know, now that we have 2-piece bonus, we can actually do some damage. Turn away for the flare. Back on the boss. This is gonna be this group's first Caldoran kill, and I'm gonna get the Hearthstone of the Dawn now. Pretty cool. Free Lights Hope Chapel teleport. Weapon swap. What the? Did it swap right? There we go. Okay, it did not swap right. There we go. Now we're good. Now we're good. There's a bit of a delay there. Blade flurry, slice and dice. Okay. So I fumbled a little bit on the swaps there, because I pressed the buttons too quickly. What's this debuff? Pursued by something or other. I didn't read the rest of it. All right. Electricity usage. Forgot about that earlier. Here we go. Regicide's dropping for sure, and I'm winning the 1 out of 3 for sure. Okay. There we go. There we go. There we go. Ring, Charred Emblem, Tunic, Tears Fall, Scarlet, Steed, Balance. Oh my. Nope. Nope. Ring of Resurrection, 84 healing and no other stats. Okay. Scarlet Steed, Tears Fall is a DPS mace, I guess. All right. Let's see. Maybe we get a roll on the mount. You know, there can always be a roll on the mount, maybe, unless someone reserved it. All right, so I think next week we just do the same reserves. Queen's Fall, Regicide, and Didgeridoo. We commit to whichever build we get the weapon for first. All right, open roll. We got a 85, not good enough. We did good damn though. I'm pretty happy with that. We didn't get like any like super exciting stuff. We just got the welfare loot basically. But that's okay. Oh, screenshot for killing the boss. Okay, no one's really well organized for this photo. Yeah, way too many nameplates to make the photo look good. Alright, we gotta go over to this guy, talk to him about the Hearthstone of the Dawn.
What can I do for you?
Hearthstone of the Dawn? Over here, we got the Grand Crusader. Oh, the Lightforged Iron was the last thing. Okay. Alright, now we don't need to have our regular Hearthstone set to Light Soap Chapel. We can set that wherever we want. Don't forget doubloon. Yeah, they're gonna try to get the... I have to go all the way back to the start to get the doubloon because I didn't actually remember to free the gnome at the start. So we got our lockpicking gloves. We go all the way back to the prison, free the gnome. I was trying to free the gnome at the start and I equipped the gloves and I like did the thing and then I got distracted and didn't realize that I failed to free the gnome. Because, like, sometimes your lockpicking just, like, doesn't succeed. Alright, so good raid. Good dam. Finally got 2-piece activated. Love that. If we can find a group that can clear the patchwork trash for us, we can go in and we can solo patchwork, and we can solo... Try to solo... Grobulus too, but we have to find like a Echoes of War group, or just like get some people together that are willing to clear the, you know, Abomination Wing trash in Naxxramas for us.